Hey, I'm Scotty T from Your Comedy Minute. I'm joined today I got two of them for God's sakes. I got Jorgen and Ed from Leplebs podcast. And guys, I'm so happy to have you here. How are you?
Great, man. Nice to be here.
Now,
Doing good, man.
for those of you at home, Ed is at the top there, and Jorgen is down below. So, guys, first off, let's start with where are you both located?
So I'm in Sweden.
You're in Sweden?
Yeah.
And
And
Jorgen, where are you at?
Ed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ed.
No, I got you confused.
Ed. I'm
Yeah.
from the UK, England, and Jorgen's from Sweden.
Okay. My brother actually spent some time in Sweden. He was a pilot. But anyway, guys, first and foremost, thanks for being here. I want to first start with the word plebs.
Plebs.
Because in the United States, the word plebs is not something, I mean, I thought I knew what it meant, but I actually wanted to look it up to make sure I knew what the hell I was talking about. And it's go ahead, Ed, tell them what it's about.
The plebs is just a play on the word of the plebs, the plebeians.
Right,
because this all started from our friend Sam, who was like one random Friday. I was like, dude, do you want to record a podcast? Because he wanted to record our drunk ramblings and put them on the internet for whatever reason. And yeah, I came up with the plebs, like le French for the, and the
Right.
plebs, the plebs. Yeah, and yeah, I know. Yeah, but the plebs. I guess the basic definition is just an idiot. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I gathered.
Yeah,
So
it's quite accurate.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I knew we hit it off. I knew. I knew right away. But anyway, I looked, and you guys started in 2021, and you have 18 videos up on YouTube. And what I found funny is that for 2 years you didn't do any videos.
Yeah.
And now in the last week you've put up 2 new videos.
Yeah, but we
Or
have
podcasts.
Yeah, we have a little over 30 episodes on Spotify.
On Spotify, okay.
Yeah, but like 2 years ago there was something wrong with my internet, so I couldn't upload to YouTube.
Okay.
So that's why it never went on YouTube. It just went on Spotify instead.
Okay.
But now everything is working again, so now we're gonna upload to YouTube again.
Okay. Well, and the latest one, now you did one last week called Soap, and the one that is up now, or just went up, is Trip Down Love and Death Lane.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much, yeah. We kind of just get the inspiration for the titles is what we discussed in the podcast, so like something really stupid. Like, yeah, that'll make a good title. And we thought, yeah, what the fuck not?
Yeah, and like we have one called what is it? Vegan shits and twerking wombats or something like that. Like it's just stupid shit all the time.
Right. Well, that's kind of what I took from it, because I got to be honest, I've never been more or less prepared to do one of these than with you two guys, because I started listening to them, and it starts off with usually you guys arguing with one another about who's drunk and you're late, you screw an asshole, and going off on one another. And it took me about 5 episodes to figure out, what the hell I had going on here.
Yeah. When we first started this, we had little to no idea what we were doing, and for the most majority of the episodes, me and Jorgen are on the verge of being blackout drunk.
Yeah, we are completely plastered in most of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think the one I heard the other day, there was a young lady on too.
Yeah, Kitty, I believe. depends what. Yeah, Kitty. She doesn't get drunk.
Yeah.
She's the sober one of us.
Yeah, if it was an American, it was Kitty. It might have been Casey if it's an older episode.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
I think,
she's
well, I'm
French.
not sure.
Yeah,
But so you're shit-faced drunk and you get on there and you just start rambling.
Yeah, well,
basically, yeah.
yeah, we kind of just we tried to have a main topic, and then it just goes off into random tangents, and then we
Right.
eventually either we drink so much that we hit the high, and then we also go hit the down. And then you hear us as, or me, one of them, I'm coming down from getting drunk. And then I think episode 6, 7, and 8, we recorded back to back.
Okay.
6, yes. In the last half of episode 6, I'm coming down from being drunk. And then episode 7, I'm down at the beginning, I'm down, and then I go back up again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where it's a roller coaster of emotions in every episode.
Well, now, because my liver's twitching right now, I love to drink. I'm curious, what do you drink, Ed?
Rum mostly.
Rum?
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Okay.
my poison.
And Jorgen, what do you drink as well?
Yeah. I mostly drink beer
Okay.
normally, but I will occasionally just get very pissed on rum as well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, yeah.
and when you say, Ed, when you were talking, I've done 102 lives, or I'm going to do my 102nd live on next Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like me because I'll start, the show will start off on the right note.
Yeah.
But man, 20 minutes in, I'm shit-faced and I'm babbling and I'm, talking all kinds of crap and, and then I watch it back and I go, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, so the problem we have is that we usually drink for a couple hours before we record. So we're already shit-faced when we start. And then we record like back to back to back.
Right.
So might be recording for like 4 or 5 hours just drinking. So by the end of it, we're gone.
I love you guys. I love you guys.
There's been one time when on a Friday night after we recorded, and I was on Discord on a drunk server, and I was drinking, and then I think we recorded. I hopped on, and then next minute I remember I was out of my face, ascending to the 5th dimension, and for some reason I was listening to Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon. And it's like that you're absolutely shit-faced drunk, and then you wake up the next morning, you like try and remember, and there's like these brief windows of clarity, and I'm like, did I really listen to Dark Side of the Moon?
Ed, I want you to hold on to something, okay?
Okay.
I actually saw Pink Floyd live. How's that?
Bastard.
You
bastard.
That was one of the craziest shows I ever seen.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
We smoked a lot of pot, and I smoked pot for a month that night. Yeah, no, that was a great show. David Gilmour's got to be one of the best guitar players in the world.
I agree.
That was on I think Momentary Lapse of Reason. Roger Waters was out of the band, but it was still a tremendous, a night I'll never forget.
Yeah, nights like that is gonna live on with you forever.
Yeah, I worked, I don't know, again, if you guys checked out any of my stuff, I worked in the music business my whole life. I've worked with all kinds of, from Tool to country artists to Kiss, Cheap Trick, all kinds of artists in my life. But I started working, I'm semi-retired, and I started working at Lowe's, and I got fired for telling jokes. And that's when I said, you know what, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
And hence your Comedy Minute started 4 years ago. And here I am with you two guys.
Yeah.
Quite a journey.
Yeah.
I guess there's that rock bottom you were talking about, Ed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Hit the depths of hell with you two rats.
Yeah, you found us two fucking retards, and now you're here with us.
I love when because I put this thing on Reddit about getting people on, because I love the idea of this, that we've never met.
No.
And just getting on and seeing what it's about and what it's like. And I think, I don't know which one of you replied, but you wrote, "We are professionally unprofessional."
Yeah. The single definition of the podcast.
Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And
now-
like we said, unfiltered blue collar workers as well.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind me asking, Ed, what do you do?
Right now, I guess I'm a case maker.
Okay.
I don't know if I can name drop, but Trafalgar Cases Limited in Kings Langley. And all I make is like, if you're doing like removals and stuff, the wooden boxes, I make
Right.
those of all shapes and sizes. Pretty
And
much.
Jorgen, if you don't mind, what do you do?
I'm a mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, you're in Sweden and you're in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to collect that one brain cell I have left. So you started 2 years ago, and now you come back. And do you plan on going at this with a little bigger fever this time?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the planning is to get somewhat coherent or consistent in what we actually do, because as you've seen on our uploads, like it can be months between. Now we're trying to do it at least once a week,
Okay.
and then we're gonna try to move on to other stuff as well.
Okay.
But we don't really know what we're gonna do yet.
Yeah, we're kind of just like, I mean, both me, we've seen like people do this and like do it properly, because usually they'll have a YouTube channel and then they'll have a podcast channel, and then the views will trickle through there and listen to the podcast. We've kind of done it backwards, where we started with a podcast and then we want to move over to doing stuff on YouTube. So like gaming, maybe live streaming, stuff like that. Yeah, we just doing that stuff. And we do plan on having an actual subject to talk about on the podcast as like a broad subject, and then see where it goes from there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is just following our thing of being professionally unprofessional as usual. Like, yeah, we start backwards. We start with the podcast, then we do YouTube, then we do live streams. Like, that's the complete wrong order, but we don't care.
Well, you know what? And I'll tell you this, I've been doing it 4 years, and, you know, I have, 11,000, almost 200 subscribers and 5 million views. And you talk about this, man, oh man, there's been times I'm ready to deep six myself.
Yeah.
Because, I get so caught up in the numbers and this and that. And you guys have the right idea, just to have fun and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let the numbers fall and let the audience come. Know this, I will help in any way I can, because at this point, I feel like I should do that. That's what I should do.
Oh, thank you very much.
No, I mean it, and I will. Yeah. In other words, this is the first time we're doing this. Hopefully we'll catch up.
Yeah, man.
I do think, from my heart of hearts, because I listen to, as I said, I really like to be prepared when I do these. I don't like to go in being half-assed. So I listened to several, your earlier ones, and when I listened to the new one, you are a lot more structured as far as like an introduction. This is Leplebs podcast, and you introduce yourself. And I just think that is more conducive to getting, and this is just my take, I don't know shit, but to getting people into it, and to come back next week and say, what are these two guys going to say this week?
Yeah.
Right.
We have also started, because on the program, I guess, we used to put our podcast out there. It used to be called Anchor FM. Now it's podcasts for Spotify. It kind of like YouTube. It kind of gives you all the analytics to like your podcast. So whenever we upload, we can also now put questionnaires on the podcast, or on Spotify, and like questionnaires and stuff like that. But also the weird thing is it will tell you who's listening and where, vaguely. Okay. So like say, and it'll give you percentages of like what percentage of that country's listening. So one of them was probably just one random person in St. Kitts and Nevis in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Somehow someone found us and listen to maybe an episode there.
Right.
Saudi Arabia,
Iceland, we have a few.
yeah, Iceland,
Right.
Sweden as well, and also Germany. Some random dude, probably some random dude in a town named Hesse or something, is listening to us. It gives you how many plays you've had. We've got almost 700 plays. We've only got we've got 14 followers on Spotify, and we've had like 7 plays or episodes in the last 30 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I did listen to one, and I actually am going to yank this thing out because I listened to one where you guys were talking about the United States and Donald Trump, and I thought it would be appropriate to pull this out if I can get it out of here and show it to you guys, because you were talking about the United States and the UK follows afterwards and stuff. I actually have a Donald Trump talking doll.
That's amazing.
And no, it actually talks. It actually talks. If you want later on, or maybe next time, I'll get it out and I don't know if I can get him to talk. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know what's funny about that is that the minute that people see it, I lose 10 subscribers.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to say anything, and just the mere sight of Donald Trump just fucking sends them. They're gone.
Yeah. Well, you said you listened to a few episodes. We say some pretty heinous shit on our episodes. We're quite unfiltered.
Yeah.
And we like it's all just jokes at the end of the day, but it's so fucking funny when you see people listen to your stuff for the first time and they just like lose it completely.
Can't handle it.
Yeah. Because our humor is quite dark. A lot of the
so is
times.
mine.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw anything. Do you want a good dark humor joke?
Yes.
Hit me.
Come on.
Why aren't there any books about suicide in the library?
Why?
Because nobody brings them back. You want another one?
I haven't heard that one before.
You
Hit
want
me.
another one?
Yeah,
Hit me.
go.
This is really bad. Why can't you fool an aborted baby?
Why?
Why?
Because it wasn't born yesterday. How about one more?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, do it.
Last one, and then you guys will get back to the Leplebs podcast. I worked in the music business, and I actually worked with this lady. What is 6 inches long and hasn't been used in 10 years?
I don't know.
Whitney Houston's crack pipe. Now, fellas, come on.
What?
It's just wrong.
No.
No, that's hilarious.
There is no such thing as something you can't joke about. Like, be it suicide, abortions, whatever. We don't care. Like, you can joke about anything.
No, I know that. That's why I did it.
Yeah. Like, people who tells you can't joke about certain things, then just fuck off. Like, honestly.
Yeah, if you don't like it.
Not to interrupt real quick. I just did a joke the other day, and I have to laugh because it's one of those I wasn't going to do because I didn't think it was funny. And then I decided to do it. And boy, the joke is this. What do you call a sick squirrel?
I know.
Compost. And you should see, if you go over to YouTube, the comments, the people that were in my ass, and then other people got in their ass, and it's just comical to me.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The comments are where the money's at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
and it's also free content.
Meanwhile, it's at 4,500 views, and I'm laughing all the way to the bank. But so, you guys, again, I have nothing but the utmost respect for what you're doing. And where do you see, would you like to do this full time?
Yeah, I would actually.
Okay.
But it's a dream, but like that's so far removed at this point. Like we don't make a cent right now.
What about you, Ed?
I would like it as like a kind of like a side hustle.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm in plumbing school and I'd like to do that.
Right.
and do that kind of work. But yeah, I mean, if I can supplement my income with that, that would be amazing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't want to dominate. I want you guys to talk, but I'll just share this with you so you can keep things in perspective as you're going along. I've busted my balls, on YouTube. Well, first off, I got kicked off Facebook 9 times in 1 year. I put all this effort in, I got kicked off. YouTube kicked me off 2 or 3 different times. So I put forth all this effort into YouTube. And meanwhile, Instagram and X, Twitter, and those, I couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
One of my jokes on Instagram went to over 300,000 views. And all of a sudden, Instagram says, "Hey, buddy, how are you? Come on over.
Yeah.
We'd like to have your stuff." So you never know where it's going to happen or when it's going to.
Yeah, we're just stabbing in the dark of what happens.
Well, that's it'd be true to yourselves, continue to do from Donald Trump to Joe Biden to abortion to whatever, and just I think there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah. Like we even discussed this like a couple episodes ago that if we ever get sponsors, we won't ever just like accept a sponsorship from any company. It has to be something that we actually use because we don't want to sell out ever.
No. Like
I'd rather not make any money than like giving free ads to a brand I don't use.
Sure.
Yeah, if I haven't personally used it or tested it, I'm not shilling for anything.
No, I agree with that. Because then you're just selling out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, that's not part of me.
No, that's not who we are.
No. And again, even though we just met, I can tell you guys are just straightforward, as you said, blue collar guys, just telling people, having fun and getting drunk and having a good time.
Yeah, man. Well, except for the revival, like the last 3 or 4 episodes we have been sobering them because, well, can't exactly afford beer right now.
Okay.
And also we've been recording as usual on Fridays, but
okay.
It's just been we've been broke as shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Boy, you are preaching to the converted. I did one of these the other day and I told the guy I live in 145th Street with a hot plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that I think that helps you, because in other words, I have pet peeves like rich assholes that are so rich and they're not even in touch with reality. What it is to be broke and to scrap up change to get enough to get something to eat and shit like that, which I've been there in my life.
Yeah.
Very recently too.
Yeah, both me and Ed grew up like that.
Because I think we know what it's like.
Well, it keeps you absolutely humble. Yeah, it's like, this is a different world.
Sure. Well, fellas, like I said, I have the utmost admiration for what you're doing, and I'll support you in any way I can help. Do you already have the next one already done, or will you do it like tomorrow night?
We're gonna record one tomorrow night.
Okay.
We have one in the bag already that has to be edited, and then we always try to keep like 1 or 2. Already made, so we, in case like one of us is away or sick, we have.
And I guess one. I missed a couple of points here. How did you 2 guys meet?
Discord.
Yeah.
On Discord, okay.
Yeah, it was literally. God, it must have. Oh, it feels like forever ago. It's
been 6 years, 5 years.
Yeah, it was literally. I don't even. I was on Reddit, and it must have been at the start of the lockdowns here in England, like during the whole fucking pandemic bullshit. I was at home, and I'm like, I'm gonna get. But I was like, I want to meet new people, see if, just to preoccupy myself. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my mind if I'm just by myself. Hopped onto Reddit. Managed to find some random invite to a server. Then I met this cunt and Sam and Casey,
This
and we
cunt,
met up.
this cunt.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Uh,
This cunt. Nice, nice. You know, for a fat girl, you don't sweat much.
and then yeah, we met up pretty much almost
This
every
cunt.
night.
I'm still stuck at this cut. You know, I think, Jorgen, we should give you a chance to tell your version of it.
Oh, no, I don't want to do that.
No,
But yeah, basically, I joined the server he's talking about like a couple of days before him. So yeah, I met up with Sam, who's a friend of us who started the podcast with us. And then these fucker just joined the server one day, just jumped in a call. And like me, him, and Sam just hit it off immediately.
Right.
And then like after a few weeks, I guess, he got into a beef with the server owner. So he just fucked off. It was like, do you want to start your own server? Like, sure.
Okay.
And
and
then
that's when I just came with the Plebs server.
Okay.
And then we all migrated over there, and then yeah, from there it just kind of went off pretty much every Friday.
Yeah,
We'd meet up and get absolutely blackout drunk
And have fun.
yeah.
Oh yeah, there was
I think that's important, guys. And you mentioned Discord. I'm very familiar with Discord. There's been a number of people over the 4 years. Scotty, I have to have a Discord, and they start them up for me, and I have no fucking idea what the hell they're doing. I'm 61 years old, man. I'm lucky I can get this goddamn thing working, you know. But no,
Yeah.
it's and I guess you guys heard about Discord here in the United States. What happened with the young man?
No.
Oh,
He shared a batch of military secrets, and he's now in jail.
Oh,
Yeah. Discord seems to be, for younger kids and gaming and well, not just gaming. I shouldn't say younger kids. I know a guy, Dave from Total Blackout Painting, that he's in Discord all the time.
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of or kind of an age range of everybody on the Drunkord, which is like a drinking server.
Okay.
And that's where, yeah, just a lot of, dare say it, alcoholics, as well as people just looking for a good time hangout. Like it could be like a midday Wednesday, and the server is just full of people in the voice chats. Yeah, just drinking. And I'm like, jeez. I mean, I like a drink, but I save it for a Friday night.
Yeah, brother. You're preaching again. I just shared with you I'm 61, and I joke about my liver's twitching, but no, I can't. If I start drinking now, hell, by 3 o'clock I'll be toast.
Yeah.
You know, the older you get, the harder it is to, and it doesn't take me long, man. I drink beer and whiskey and shots, and man, before you know it, I'm get out of the air. Yeah.
Plus, you're entering the fifth dimension.
Plus, mentioning my funny little drug problem. I smoke, like I said, I smoked pot for a month one night.
Yeah.
Just the other night.
Yeah.
I mean,
it typically takes me, because I mean, I've got like pint glasses here, but typically if I'm drinking rum, grab this. If I could grab it without throwing it, I'll drink two, 3 of these drinking horns, 2, 3 of these.
Yeah, buddy.
And I am on my way to becoming blackout.
Yeah. Well, I hope that I can continue to work with you guys and watch your stuff and watch you progress. Again, we have now created an avenue for us to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
And I look forward to, seeing you guys and helping any way I can. But in that being said, I don't want to inhibit what you're doing, because I'm kind of regimented. Like on my lives, I said I did 102 lives. I do a set list.
Yeah.
And part of that is because of my drinking, because I'm like, okay, what's next? Okay, I want to talk about, because the more I drink, the more confused I get.
Yeah.
And then I screw up the jokes and people are laughing at me going, what an asshole.
Yeah, we don't really have that problem because we don't plan ahead. So like we just start with having like a small subject that we want to start off at, and then we just divulge into whatever just comes to mind. And yeah, it can be a total shit show sometimes, but it's funny.
That's my next one on Thursday. Next Thursday, I'm going to try and be a little more free form. And, you know, part of it is just my nature.
Yeah.
You know, I like shit to be right. And when it's not right, you know, like after the show's over, if the sound was off or the picture's off, fuck. I just fuck.
Yeah.
He's wasted fucking 2 hours. You know, I'm wound up turning a dime store watch. And my temper gets flaring like a pack of hemorrhoids.
Well, that's a good thing for us, because like even if our like audio is fucked up or whatever, it just, again, professionally unprofessional, so we don't give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah, Jorgen will edit it as best as he can and just throw it out there anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Well, fellas, you know, first and foremost, I only have the free version of Zoom, and it will just shut off. So if there's anything that you want to do, we have, I think, about 5 minutes, but I will stop the recording a little early so we can just chat quickly off the record, so that we can talk a little about Reddit and things I can do to help.
Yeah, sure.
Man.
Okay.
Sure.
But if there's anything, real quick, it's called Your Comedy Minute. So if you can, real quick, Ed, you go first, or Jorgen, whichever one. Give me your favorite quick comedy minute, something that happened that just blows your mind.
We've here in the UK, we now have a laser, a death laser.
Yep.
Air defense
Death
laser.
laser.
Yep.
An air defense laser.
Okay. Well, man, I see the fucking humor in that.
You wanted something off the top of my head.
A death laser.
Yeah,
blew my mind.
they actually are the Sith. Like, they are the Empire.
Okay.
Building a fucking Death Star.
Jorgen, I'm counting on you. You got a little something for me?
Fun.
Well,
In other words, fall in a ditch or a joke or anything. Your comedy minute. You're on the air.
my comedy minute.
My life.
My life. That's too dark, Ed.
No,
I know my life is a fucking joke to you, but seriously, fuck off. No,
right.
but actually, there was this one guy not too long ago who, this is so fucking stupid. He tried to drive his car across the ice. The problem was the lake wasn't frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because where he drove in, there was like a pump to like keep the lake living. So he came like 2 meters, then his fucking car just sank.
Right.
Yeah, he drowned.
You see how I laugh at the wrong shit? I just do.
I mean, that's the Darwin Awards, if anything. Like,
Yeah.
Darwin Award here.
yeah.
Well, fellas, let me stop the recording so we got a few minutes to spend off the air, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Thanks for being here. I think the world of you guys, and we're going to see more of one another, I promise.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks,
both.
man.
Hang tight for a second.